Now, we love talking about property. We do love talking about money. We're going to talk about heating in property today, where you can save a small absolute fortune. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Good morning. The
Hi, Billy Bob.
The green community. Energy saving.
Yeah, doing stuff for the environment.
Pretty woke.
Woke, part of the woke society, man.
I feel
This is
good about it.
yeah, it's Tight Ass Tuesday topic on Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, we're a winter warmer Wednesday segment because it is chilly out there. Everyone's talking about the wind and the rain. I think people get a bit upset when it's a bit rainy here.
I think it was Monday. Monday got me. Monday was like, whoa, that's at the start of the morning. It was like 6 degrees or something, but 6 degrees, on the thing, but it said 6 degrees feels like 2.5 degrees. And I was like,
Yeah, you're doing. It's part of life, winter life though, and we're going to give you 7 ways to warm your home without blowing the budget. If you haven't already done them, pretty low-hanging fruit.
Yep.
Number 1, the obvious: energy-efficient appliances. I was pretty surprised to read this morning. Over the past 12 months, energy bills in Australia have ballooned nearly as much as 28% in some states. That's a huge amount.
it's massive.
Yeah.
Can I say something before we get into the 7 things? I have a coffee every morning, and I have one coffee at home, and I make Lisa coffee. I make Lisa coffee. I get shocked about how much coffee I go through. It's only one coffee. It's the same concept with heating. You're heating, the room for X amount of hours a day for your whole life. So if you can get these 7 principles down pat for your whole life, like how long are you going to live, Billy? You're going to go to 100. You're going to have 80 years, 365 days, 24 hours a day that you're going to have the necessity for eating. If people get this shit right up front, it is a lifetime of comfort and cost that you will save. Like, it is massive. Massive.
Yeah.
Huge.
And imagine how much time you'll save, not having to go and get the heating on. Probably make lifestyle a lot better rather than waking up cold, flicking heating on.
Well, you're having to work hard to pay the energy bill.
Yeah.
So it's more hours at work to keep yourself warm. Isn't it?
It is. But let us enlighten you with some early retirement tips here. Another one: sealing gaps and cracks. Not only seasonal repairs prevent damage to the property, but they keep drafts out. I see it all the time in like apartments, not for just heating coolers, but for noise as well. Like those things that sit at the bottom of the door. Really, really good. I think the same thing applies for a house. Keep drafts out.
Yeah. So if you've got a sliding window, you'll all know that on your sliding window there's a little bit of felt.
Yep.
That little bit of felt is designed to keep the wind out, which is designed to keep the heat in.
Yep.
That little bit of felt, I can guarantee you, on 99% of unit blocks and houses in Australia, has not been changed since it's been installed. That little piece of felt is designed to be changed over. You can slide a new piece in, and you can slide the old piece out. So when it's crusty and old and not doing its job any longer, cold wind is getting in. Take the time to slide out that piece of felt and take it to a hardware and buy a meter of a new piece of felt and slide it in. It will save you a fortune over a lifetime or over time. Yep.
There's a good one. There's two for you.
Yep.
What about the old-fashioned saying of just rug up, whack a jumper up?
It's a good option. Good option. I do like a little bit of a blankie on the lounge. I think psychologically it's fantastic. To curl up with your blanket on a couch and watch a movie. Something cool about it. So as opposed to cranking your room up to 40 degrees.
Here's what I would experiment over the next week. Buy a really good blanket, leave it in the living room. Don't take it out of the living room. And then when you sit on the couch and you start off nice and warm, are you going to get up to go and turn the heating on, or just grab the nice blanket?
Yeah, I reckon you can spend a limited amount on a good blanket. I reckon if you get a good blanket, you're going to get a bucket load of mileage out of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Bucket load.
That's a good one. Another one that I thought was interesting: maximizing natural light. Everyone is so fixated on chasing the light outside of the house, but I don't think people pay enough attention to bringing it in the house.
Okay. So, yeah, I think people forget that a house is like bones, and bones can warm up and bones can cool down. If you get those bones warm, they will stay warm. I.e., when you leave to go to work in the morning, throw all the curtains open, and you will let the bones of your property warm up. When you get home, believe it or not, you'll benefit from those bones being warmed. Yeah, definitely.
I see people moving their big bits of furniture. If you've got north-facing living room, to the windows, warm them up, then close it when you get home. That's a good one. Also, if you've got big trees or plants covering windows outside, back maybe the winter months, get a bit more natural light in.
Well, Billy, for a 20-year-old, you really know your shit.
Well, I like to think that these are the energy-saving tips and tricks that we all need in our lives.
But all seriousness, you get this right. There's 24 hours and 365 days in your life where you're going to be saving money just by simple principles, getting these right. And most people aren't actually aware or conscious, and it's costing them money for that reason. So if you just tuned in, we're talking about 7 ways to warm your house, and there's just these basic things. Like, to give you an idea, in our office, our energy bill is $3,000 a month in our office.
Crazy.
And we've got this massive sort of showroom downstairs, which is the cafe and everything. And people love clipping. The front door's always open, and people love clipping the back door open. In winter, to heat a room costs a fortune. When these cats clip the door open because they're coming back in 5 or 10 minutes, all the cold comes in, bang, heating's got to turn back on, get the room back to the warm temperature.
You know what's funny as well? That kind of goes on to the next point. I think people have maybe just a central heating system where it turns on, starts heating everything. You can actually insulate some rooms to just do one. It might be a bedroom for 20 minutes, it might be a living room for 20 minutes whilst you're there. Get it up to nice temperature. Try and close off your other rooms. You don't just have all the doors in the house open. And I think you'll be happy.
My mum did it in her property where she has a huge staircase. And at the top of the staircase where the lounge room is, she simply installed a door. And I'm like, what did you put the door in for? She's like, well, I'm heating the staircase for no reason all through winter. And I was like, you know what? That's actually true. So think about installing doors and um, where you can actually, which allows you to just heat one room or part of a room or two rooms.
Whose story is the best example of that? Yeah, because they're two
Yeah,
different temperatures. You know, in summer you're gonna have a hot and a cold, and winter you're gonna have the same problem.
nice.
Really, really stuff. Improving insulation, believe it or not, compared to a non-insulated home, the 40 to 50% difference in heating and cooling costs.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
40 to 50. So, you know, I think you can go as far as, you know, as little as much as you want with that. But yeah, obvious. Get it right once, never have to worry about it again. What about service your heating systems? I can't think of the last time I had an aircon person come out to do a split system.
Can I say, guys and girls, we are in real estate. We manage, well, it's going to be almost 2,000 properties shortly that we manage. The biggest killer for heating and cooling, which includes refrigeration, the biggest killer is people don't know there are actually coils on air conditioning that get clogged if they're not cleaned. When the coils get clogged, the coils fail. They overheat and they die. I.e., we've got a refrigeration system downstairs, which we open up every 6 months and give it a clean, and it is putrid. If I leave that refrigeration for another 6 months, it will die. So with heating and cooling stuff, keep the filters clean, keep it serviced, because you will be absolutely shocked and mortified how much what dust will do. It literally, if you can imagine clogging your throat, that's exactly what it does to these machines if you don't keep them serviced. So you don't have to pay to get them serviced, but you can Google search how to service your AC or some of that stuff, and it's going to save you a fortune on it, guys, an absolute fortune.
You can even just get a vacuum onto some of these things, pull the fridge out, get a vacuum onto it. You can actually seal the dust. Yeah. Same thing with your aircon vents, and same thing in your bathroom vents. You know,
yeah,
people flick the bathroom vent on. Some properties we're showing for rent and sale, and it's so dusty they can't even get air in or out.
Oh, it's phenomenal. You can actually just a good old fashioned brush. I bought on Amazon the other day oxygen spray, which is like it was $6, and it's high powered air. So you just go on your keyboards, for instance, on your on your filters, and it just blows all the dust off without having to get in there.
Do you do your hair with it as well?
Can I what?
Can you do your hair with it?
Yeah, that's how I'm doing my hair now. Yeah. I actually got. Did you see me when I was hitting some people in the office with it?
Nah.
Oh, you weren't there. It was pretty funny. It shocks some people when you go behind them and go. Pfft.
Yeah. That's it.
But clean your ACs. These things like that. If you want to be an air conditioning killer, don't clean it. And you will need to replace your AC twice as fast. So if you want to spend twice, like, can you imagine air conditioning? If you go to get air conditioning and you're paying $2,000 for AC, and the guy says no, it's $4,000 for the same AC. That's what you're doing when you're not servicing it. You're absolutely cooking your stuff. So just make sure that you're servicing all your equipment, your heating and cooling equipment, because it will literally cost you double or triple.
There you go. That's a winter wonderland.
Winter wonderland. And you know what? $5 a day. I just did the calculation. 20 grand over 10 years. How long are you going to live for, Billy?
Hopefully 10 times, at least another 5, 6, 7. Give me to 100.
Times 7. $127,000. not compounded. So if you're saving $5 a day on your heating or cooling because you're doing these 7 tips we've made you at least $7, it's $127,000 over your life. It's all about compounding. You're needing this stuff all the time.
There you go. Hopefully that's helped someone.
Good talk. Sea legends.
Have a great
Thanks
day.
for watching, everyone. See, good on you, Billy Bob. Great topic.
See you later. Thanks.